Happy Tuesday, everybody. This is Mr. Holman coming back again, like I said I would yesterday, with the second book in our 4-book series, talking about being aware of nutrition, exercise, and trying not to fall into the trap that can lead to unhealthy lifestyles and diabetes. Today we are going to look at knees lifted high. Now, what do you think this is probably going to talk about? I'll give you a minute to think about it, but I think you already can tell. Again, written by Georgia Perez, illustrated by Patrick Rollo and Lisa A. Fifield. Knees lifted high. Page stuck together here. The day began as a clear, beautiful summer day. The sun was peeking over the mountains as Rain That Dances woke up. He jumped out of bed. Today, Mr. Eagle is going to tell me what my people can do to stay healthy. I hope the Thundercloud can go with me, thought Rain That Dances. Thundercloud was his best friend. He lived just down the road. After breakfast, Rain That Dances ran out the door to Thundercloud's house. Thundercloud, what are you doing today? Asked Rain That Dances when he opened the door. Watching some TV. Why? Asked Thundercloud. Rain That Dances told his friend that he met the eagle. The great bird had important things to say, and that Rain That Dances really wanted Thundercloud to go with him. Will you come with me? He asked. Sounds like fun. Let me get my cap, said Thundercloud. They started walking to the old tree stump where Rain That Dances and said the great bird would be waiting for them. I wonder what the eagle will tell us, said Rain That Dances to his friend. The more they walked, the faster they walked. Rain That Dances and Thundercloud finally reached the old tree. The great bird was waiting for them. Good morning, Mr. Eagle, said Rain That Dances. This is my best friend, Thundercloud. I wanted him to come with me so that we could both hear what you have to say. Good morning to you as well, said the eagle. I'm glad you have come early because I have a lot to tell you. Rain That Dances and Thundercloud quickly sat down beside the great bird, and they listened as the eagle began to speak. Yesterday I told you how your people have always been healthy people. When they were children, they played outside every day. They were strong and fit. As they grew up, they continued to be healthy. They kept their bodies moving by working hard and doing things that they enjoyed. Looking at Rain That Dances and Thundercloud, the eagle sadly said, Now, I do not see children playing outside and keeping strong and fit as often as I used to. I see some children who cannot run or jump and play because their bodies are not used to moving every day. This makes me sad. Children should be moving their bodies because this is a healthy thing. So what are they doing down there in the bottom? Is that something that maybe all of us do a little too often? Rain That Dances and Thundercloud saw how sad the eagle was. They asked the great bird, Why is this happening to us? Look down the hill and see your village. What can you see? Asked the eagle. Thundercloud and Rain That Dances looked towards their village. They saw people riding in their cars and trucks. They did not see any children playing outside. The village was very quiet. I don't really see anything, Mr. Eagle. Everyone must be inside their homes, said Rain that Dances. Yes, that is what makes me so sad, the eagle said. The children are inside, spending too much time watching TV or just sitting around. Do you know why it is important for you to play and keep your bodies moving? Asked the eagle. Sure, so we won't be bored, said Thundercloud as he laughed. That's a silly question you have asked, Mr. Eagle. The eagle shook his head. With great wisdom and understanding, he replied, Actually, it is not a silly question at all. Yesterday, I told Rain that Dances that many of your people are getting sick from a disease called diabetes. Even now, some young people have diabetes too. What is diabetes? Asked Thundercloud as he struggled to say the word. Diabetes is when your body does not use the food you eat the right way. So there is too much sugar or glucose in the blood. It can make people sick if it is not in balance. Just as your tummy is in balance when you eat the right amount of food, not too much, not too little, but just right. Your body needs to have just the right balance of sugar in your blood. But someone who has diabetes can learn to take care of it and stay healthy. You can do things to keep from getting the disease. One way is to do something every day to get your body moving, said the eagle. Oh, so diabetes is not a good thing, and we don't have to get it, said Thundercloud. That's right, said Mr. Eagle. So how can you get your body moving? Like this, replied Rain that Dances, and he began to jump up and down. Thundercloud laughed and laughed as he saw his friend jumping. You look pretty silly, said Thundercloud. The eagle flapped his wings and looked at the boys. As a matter of fact, Rain that Dances doesn't look silly at all, said the eagle. Rain that Dances is moving his arms and legs in a fun way. Moving around is good for everyone, young and old. It is not good to be sitting all the time. Thundercloud looked at the eagle and asked, Can you tell me what else I can do to get my body moving? I want to stay strong and healthy. Me too, said Rain that Dances. You can do many fun things, like riding your bike, said the eagle. What about playing baseball or tag? Asked Rain that Dances. Those are both good, very good ways to have fun. What else can you and your friends do? Asked the eagle as he looked at Thundercloud. Play video games. That keeps my thumbs moving, said Thundercloud as he moved his thumbs to show the eagle. The great bird shook his head and said to Thundercloud, It is okay to play with your video games once in a while, but not all the time. Can you think of other games to play that would move your whole body? The boys thought and thought. They could not come up with other things they could do. Here is a game to play. Why don't you join along? Said the eagle as he stood up. As he stood up on the old tree stump. Rain, the Dancers, and Thundercloud stood up, and they were ready to start. If you want, you can do this game while you're listening to me read. Are you ready to move your body too? Let's take a deep breath in and then let it out. Let's look up at the sky. Look down at the ground. Look side to side and see what you can see. Let's touch our nose, first with one hand and then the other. Let's touch our toes and then stand up straight. Let's tap our feet on the ground. Left foot first, then right foot next. Let's clap our hands and march around with our knees lifted high as they leave the ground. If you're going to do this, you should have your knees try to be up at least as high as your belt line. Let's flap our arms and pretend we can fly. Let's all be eagles flying in the sky. Let's jump like a kangaroo. Let's see how high we can go. Let's hop on one foot and then hop on the other and see if we can go a little bit further. East or west, up or down. We'll start again and go round and round. We jump and jump. We're having fun. This is the way to stay healthy. One way to stay strong. The great bird flapped his wings. He laughed when the boys jumped like a kangaroo. Thundercloud, still clapping, shouted and said, "This is fun! Now I know what you mean about moving my body. I'm going to tell my family and my friends and what you have told us, Mr. Eagle. Excuse me. I want them to start moving their bodies too, to be strong. Maybe they could play this game with me." "Me too," said Rain that Dances. Notice how high Rain that Dances' knee is? Thank you. Thank you for taking the time to come talk to us, Mr. Eagle. Will you be here tomorrow?" asked the boys. "Of course I will be here," said the eagle. "I will also bring a friend who wants to tell you what else I will also bring a friend who wants to tell you what else you can do to stay healthy and strong." Please come back and join us to hear from the eagle and his friends in Plate Full of Color. Exercise is important. And I realize that it's not easy sometimes with some of the things that are happening in the world today, and that, we can't always go the places that we'd like to or gather in large groups. But you can do fun little exercises. There will come a time when you can play soccer and basketball and football. You can do all of that with big groups of people. That will come. But you can do small little exercises at home. Go outside. Ride your bike. Be safe, but move around. Run. Dance if you feel like it. Put on some music and just dance around. Anything you can do to get some exercise. Because again, I'm not saying you shouldn't ever play video games. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that shouldn't be something that you do from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed. You should have all kinds of fun things. And by the way, in addition to the exercise, I also think you should read. Pick up some books and read. Okay, so that's today. We're learning about exercise with knees lifted high. Tomorrow I'll be back and we're going to do plate full of color. This one is about nutrition. Mr. Holman is learning this one too. Think of some of the colors that you think you should see on your plate. Should you see some green? Oh yeah. How about some yellow? Hey, if you're eating corn, you've got some yellow. What about orange? Could you get orange on your plate? Well, I think you could if you ate some carrots. There's all kinds of healthy, colorful foods. So, again, plate full of color. We'll talk about that one tomorrow. Go on. So today, I'm not going to ask you to write any questions. I'm just going to ask you to list some of the exercises you've done today. So go out and get some exercise and have some fun. And then write down what you did. Okay? Have a good day. Stay healthy. Stay safe. And I'll see everybody tomorrow for Plate Full of Color.